Hello, how are you doing? You're welcome to another episode of Life Lessons with Oladapo, and it's a pleasure to have you listening to me once again. Last week we talked a little bit about the podcast. We also did an introduction to a book, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, and today we're going to continue into chapter 1. Remember, this podcast is based on book reviews, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about believe you can succeed and you will. What does that topic mean to you? What does it strike in your heart? What kind of picture does it bring to your mind? Believe you can succeed and you will. Now, when we look at it closely, success means many wonderful and positive things to different people. To someone it could mean personal prosperity, a fine home, vacations, travel, new things, financial security, giving their children maximum advantages. To someone else, it could mean winning admiration, leadership, being looked up to by people in their business and their career, social life. To some people, it could mean freedom. It could mean freedom from worries, freedom from fears, freedom from frustration, freedom from failure. Success could also mean self-respect, continually finding more happiness and satisfaction from life, being able to do more for those who depend on you. And success means winning to everybody, right? Very sure you know that. Success, in quotes, achievement is the goal of life. So people live their life in order to be successful. Nobody comes to life to just live a mediocre life, even though we have a lot of people living mediocre lives. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the best life can deliver. Sometimes you don't just know how, and that's why today we're talking about believe you can succeed and you will. Nobody enjoys crawling. Nobody enjoys living in mediocrity. Nobody likes living second class. Everybody wants to live first class. Nobody wants to be first to be living a second class life. One of the most practical success building wisdom is found in the Bible, and the Bible tells us that faith can move mountains, right? For those of you that are Christians, that are believers, really believe you can move mountains, and you will. You can actually, you will. You can move the mountains, and if you believe you can, you will be able to. So let's talk a little bit more. Not many people believe they can move mountains. Why? They feel like, oh, this thing is just a myth. It's just fallacy. Or perhaps, why are you trying to deceive me? As a result, they don't move mountains because they don't believe. It's those things we believe that we experience. We experience things based on our belief systems. Whatever you believe in is what you experience. So if you say, oh, I can't move mountains, then obviously you won't be able to move mountains. You've probably had someone say it's nonsense to think you can move a mountain. You can move away by just saying, mountain, move away. No, that's not what we mean by moving mountains. By just saying mountain, move away. It's simply impossible. Some people will tell you that it's impossible to move a mountain that way. And they will also tell you, oh, just a mountain, move away to move. Okay, let's really look at what we mean by or people mean when they say move mountains. So people would think this way. People that think, oh, that this is the mountain, just move away or move, now are confusing moving mountain with wishful thinking. So they confuse wishful thinking and moving mountains. And true enough, you can't wish away a mountain. You can't wish yourself into an executive suite. Nor can you wish yourself into a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house or the high income bracket. You can't wish yourself into a position of leadership, but you can move mountains with belief. With belief, you can move mountains. I think you should say that to yourself. I can move mountains with belief. So if you believe, you can move mountains. You can win success by believing you can succeed. There's nothing magical or mystical about the power of belief. Belief works this way. Belief, the I am positive I can attitude generates the power, skill, and energy needed to do whatever you need to do. So when you say, I believe, that is, you have belief. You begin to have this positive I can attitude. You have to say, I can do it. So, and making you begin to think that way, I can do it. What happens is that it generates power, it generates skill, and it generates the energy you need to do it because you believe that you can do it. So that's why you need to believe in those things that you think you cannot do, because immediately you start believing in those that you can do those things, you realize that you can do them because the power to do it will come, the skill in one way or the other will come, and also the energy you need to do it. You just find it from nowhere and it will come. So you have to start believing. When you believe that you can do it, when you believe that I can do it, the how to do it comes. So belief is I am positive I can. Then immediately you have that I am positive I can, then I can do it will come after it, and how to will come after it. So I dare you to start believing. Every day all over the world, we have young people starting in new jobs. Each of them wishes or wishing that someday they could enjoy the success that comes with reaching the top. So they want to reach the top, they want to enjoy their lives, and they just wish, because the truth about it is that they don't really believe in what they are saying or what they wish for, because the truth about it is they don't think they can actually reach there. They feel it's just too far for me to reach there. I can't reach that point in my career or in my industry where I'm the one calling the shots. But majority of these young people simply don't have the belief that it takes to reach the top rungs. They don't think they can reach the top of the ladder, and they don't reach the top because they don't believe. They don't have the belief. Take note of that. So if you're going to make it to the top, you need to cultivate this thing called belief, and you have to start believing. Believing it's impossible to climb high. Those young people don't discover the steps that leads to great heights. Their behavior remains that of an average person. We can actually tell what people believe in by the way they do, by the way they carry out their daily activities, from the things they say, the kind of energy they carry. You can know. So it's, if you want to know, okay, am I really believing that I can do this, or do I really possess belief? It's very easy. You can evaluate yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? Or perhaps, what kind of energy do I have? Or what kind of skill do I possess? And what kind of skills am I running after? You will know if you're believing or not. Just evaluate yourself based on all the things I've said so far. But a small amount of these young people all over the world, now majority, fall under the first class of young people that they start working in new jobs, and kind of they are just wishing they'll reach the top just by mistake or by magic or mysteriously, which never almost happen. So now we have this minority, we have this young people that actually possess belief, and they really believe they will succeed. They approach their work with I am going to the top attitude. Now that's one way to know that you're believing, that you approach your work with a I am going to the top attitude, and with substantial belief they reach the top. So they just keep doing it. They're consistent at whatever they believe in, and they reach the top, believing they will succeed. And it's not impossible. These folks, these young people, study and observe the behavior of senior executives. They learn how successful people approach problems and make decisions. They observe the attitude of successful people. Interesting, right? So that's on that attitude of someone that believes. You need to observe. You need to look at it that it's not possible to reach the top, and study these people that have gotten to the top, senior executive. Look at their lives. Look at how successful people approach problems, that is successful in your field, most probably you could go wider, but that's just like the basic thing. They observe the attitude of successful people. So from now on, begin to put this into practice, and you realize that you are making some improvement in your life. So in conclusion, how to do it always comes to the person who believes he can. So my question to you again is, do you believe? Have a lovely day. See you next week. Bye.